Today I'm heading up to the exclusive JDM meet and we're going to see some really cool Japanese cars. Welcome to Sports and Touring, and today I'm heading up to the exclusive JDM meet. It's the finale of the year and we're going to see some really cool Japanese cars.
Hey Andy, yeah. Hey Connor, didn't recognise you there, it's the mask.
So I just arrived at the venue and there are some incredible cars here. Now you can see I'm wearing a mask because the rules that the police put down for this event to go ahead required that everyone was wearing a mask while they were walking around. Now, even though it's not strictly the law that we have to wear the masks, that was a condition of holding the event with the endorsement of the local police. All of the cars here are special, which of course you'd expect at an exclusive JDM event. It's invitation only, so you've got to have something special, different, rare or interesting. Now this 180 SX is absolutely incredibly prepared. This has had a full engine out paint job on the engine bay. Honestly, I am speechless as to how beautiful this engine bay looks. It's absolutely stunning. Now, of course, the Skylines are represented in the house, and we've got the S14s as well, looking really nice. Now, there's a very special S14 here that I personally want to go and have a closer look at, and that is the Organizer's S14. Absolutely stunning. It's a very subtly wide-bodied S14. It's had so much work done to it. If you want to find out more about this car, we actually met Connor, the owner, about a year ago at Cheddar Gorge. We just bumped into him. Actually, the same day we bumped into Sam from See Through Glass, and that was when we were first introduced to his car. Since then, he's had a lot of work done to it. I believe it's got a new bonnet, that whole new wrap design on there, a number of other features that have been added to the car. This is Andy's 350Z. It's really nice. She helps to organise as well. I really love the colour on this 350. She's obviously had some new wings put on, just got the fitment done. So I sat down to have a coffee and some food, and somebody said hello, and it was Ray right here. He's been watching the channel for a while. Ray has got this absolutely gorgeous Nismo. What's particularly special is your exhaust, I understand.
Yes, I decided to go for the Crafter Bridge exhaust. Kind of mainly because I really like the carbon fibre tips on there, which I'm quite happy with it. It's not the loudest, but it's a nice looking exhaust, I think.
So this is a very special, very special model we got right here. This is one of the early 70s GTRs. I was just chatting to the owner, Sean, and he was telling me that this is the KP GC10. This is the first coupe designed GTR. Previously they put faster engines into four-door Skylines. This was the first sort of coupe design, specifically built to receive this engine, the S20, which went on to win numerous races in Japan in the early 70s. Now this particular S20 had 160 horsepower. This engine bay, I was just saying to Sean, looks absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. Everything here has been beautifully preserved. As far as I'm aware, the only thing that's actually been changed is the wheels. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much stock, except I believe that on the throttle bodies, those trumpets. Yep, so just taking the airbox off and put the trumpets on instead. But otherwise, largely stock. It looks like it just came from the factory. No, that's not fair. It looks better than it just came from the factory. It's a beautiful car, and seriously, just looking at how pristine the engine bay is beyond impressive. So I'm here with Andy and Connor, the organisers of this incredible event today. First of all, how's today gone?
Yeah, fantastic so far, really, really good. The reaction we've had from people has been fantastic.
We've had quite a few nice comments, and so it's always worth that, and it's nice to see people walking around wearing our name as well. It's quite a proud moment.
Were there any particular cars, obviously apart from your own, and obviously apart from my Nismo, because clearly that just would lose hands down. What would be your favourite car that you've had here today?
The Skyline down there, I believe, because mine might be going for a respray next year. Just looking at that on mine would look pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's a sucker for a blue car.
Yeah, all my cars have been blue.
I think things like the two R1, R34 GTRs that we have here, you know, there's 3 in the UK and we've got 2 here. You can't ignore that. The Hakosuka, again, genuine GTR, there's a couple in Europe, that's it. So you can't ignore those, but also it's looking at the builds that people have done where it's not so much the rarity but the work that's gone in. You can't ignore that.
Yeah.
And that stands really high in our league, really. So yeah, I mean, for example, you know, this S13 we've got next to us, Mark's car, it's a lot of people have seen that at the big shows indoor and all that sort of stuff, and the level of work, it's years and years, and it doesn't happen overnight, and you can't get past that. You've just got to appreciate it. But every car here is amazing, and that's what's different about us. That's why everyone's here.
I'm here with Charlie. He's got this absolutely stunning Time Attack RX7, and he was just telling me a little bit about the story.
I lived in North America for a period, and whilst over there I imported this car via a friend of mine in Yokohama over to Canada, and subsequently obviously moved back to the UK, and I wasn't ever going to part with the car. It's so rooted as part of me and who I am. It was always going to come back, so it did. Now, interestingly, through trying to get it registered and legal in the UK, everything else with the DVLA, they wanted the original Japanese registration. I didn't have this because the Canadian government had it to get my Canadian plates. So I was locked in this sort of like stuck between a rock and a hard place of what to do with the car. Now at the time when I was in Canada, not only was it my sort of like daily driver, fun car to drive, I also raced it in the North American Time Attack Championship as well. So the theory was that, well, rather than sat there doing nothing at all, I'm just going to turn it into a full-blown race car, you know, and not worry about anything about road legality or anything like that, and just make it something that I can have fun with and at least now use, rather than being an ornament just sort of sat there. So
it's obviously had a lot of work done to it over many years, I'm sure. Can you give us some of the highlights?
What we've got is we've got a stock 2-rotor system, so it's a 13B rotary engine in there. Bolted to that we have a Borg Warner 9180 turbo, which is rather large. We've got a V-mount intercooler system, monstrous fuel injectors in there as well, and a Link ECU controlling all that as well. So on top of that, as a safety net, we also have water meth injection as well, just for protection from detonation, knock, just to make sure everything runs well, which for the past 5 years it did.
Charlie, thank you very much for taking the time to explain everything to me and to you out there. This car has had so much work done to it. It is just phenomenal to look at, and I bet it is even more phenomenal to drive. So thanks again.
Absolutely, no problem at all.
So things are wrapping up here at the exclusive JDM finale. There's just been too many cars here to go into. Every single one was so special. And if you did enjoy the cars that we were able to go into detail about, make sure you give us a thumbs up. And if you spotted a car that you wish that I had actually spent some time talking about, so I know for next time, make sure you let me know in the comments. I'm really glad I was able to take you along with me today. So if you want to join me for next time, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, choose notifications on all videos, and I'll see you next time on Sports and Touring.